We got a question from Stanley. This is a question I'm sure that you must have been asked a few times, but I'm not sure if you've answered it on the podcast. What's a typical day like for you? Having listened to quite a few of your shows, it sounds like you make a good amount of time for your family, your community, as well as keeping yourself individually. You seem to have a good work-life balance while staying in good shape mentally and physically. And somehow you fit all this in within 2 hours of sunset, 2 hours of sunrise, actually. Please walk me through a typical day, week in your life. Does it vary much depending on the season? Yeah, it does. Okay, obviously. And what training diet regimen are you busy with? What are your constants for you each day? Day in the life of Dan John. First off, on the back of my computer and on the back of my my journal, I have a typical day. I'm going to read it to you and then I'll clarify. Before I go to bed, I make coffee for the morning. I got rid of my coffee maker that would wake me up because I don't need it anymore. I wake up before the coffee comes on, and I didn't like how it was always on. And now I always have, I have everything ready to go. So all I have to do is I have this little hot water pot that I just press the button on. But I do get the coffee ready for the morning. Okay, before I go to bed, make coffee for the morning. I do my Meta supplements. So I take metformin because of my liver issues from the Middle East. I take Hibernate, which is, it's a sleep helper. It's got zinc, magnesium, and just a whiff of melatonin. And I often will take Metamucil, though now that my dietary practices are better, I don't need it. And then I make my to-do list for the next day. So my to-do list is inside my journal, and it's on the, I got plenty. Yeah, there you go. That's a fact. Isn't that interesting? This is today's. Okay. So I write my to-do list and any other things that come up. My to-do list doesn't have to be insane. Today was simple. I had to go see my doctor at 8. Today was my Olympic lifting workout, which I have written here. I did the perfect workout. So it's pretty simple. Okay, I'm getting off. I can't help myself. I do at least a 1 moment meditation. It's an app on my phone, or I do the full 15-minute brain.fm meditation called Rain Reflection every day. I really need that morning meditation when I first wake up. And by the way, this is something I want to make sure I clear. I was told years ago that if you fall asleep during meditation, you're tired. And so a concussion specialist told me that I should meditate first thing in the morning because the practice of meditation is what I need. If I do it after I sleep, I don't fall asleep, I meditate. Number 3, eat veggies at every meal and include two gut biome breaks. That's when I eat forbidden food and fruit. Today I did kimchi and those little tiny Christmas time oranges that are about this big, 5 days a week, lift weights as appropriate and walk, ruck, or heavy hand. And then number 5, make a difference. Well, let's go through what that means. So I believe that a good day starts the night before. I get the coffee ready. I take my metformin. I take my supplements. I make my to-do list for the next day. And by the way, it really helps on your to-do list I think it helps anyway, to write like phone numbers if you have to. If it says call Sal, sometimes, and if it's not someone who's in my thing, I'll write the phone number down. You write appointments down, you write down meetings, you write down anything. There's a new trick I'm doing now too, what I like. While I'm doing that, I set alarms 1 hour before and maybe 15 minutes before every event. So I had a doctor's appointment today at 8. So at 7 and 7:02, my alarm went off. I was already up working, drinking coffee, which kind of annoyed me because why is my alarm going off? And then at 7:45, that's when it went off and I went in the car because my doctor's just right over there. I try to work in the mornings. I answer emails. I write in the morning. My book just finished, so I'm in that quiet time after a book. I like to read in the mornings. I'm in my part of my library right now. I mean, I've got like a lot of weightlifting stuff, and I feel like I'm barely able to keep up because I keep getting more every day. It kind of depends, but usually about 8:30 now, I'll go. I have a morning thing I do. I scrape my tongue, I floss my teeth, and then I put mouthwash in. Then, so while I shower, and then when I'm showering, I put, shampoo my hair, put on conditioner, I shave, and then I put a little bit of lotion on certain parts of my body that need it. Then I brush my teeth with my electric toothbrush, and then I put on. There's this oil of Olay product, a daily skincare that my dermatologist wants me to take, and I do. And what else do I do? And so about 8:30, about 9 o'clock, I go on to my gym and I warm up. Now I either do a complex to warm up, or I do the workout plan called the Perfect Workout, which is a great warm up for me. 3 days a week, then I'll snatch and clean and jerk and front squat. That's Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I do mobility. And after each of those, I go for a walk. Saturdays, I generally try to get out and do something. Sundays is you just, again, try to get out and do something. After I lift and walk, that's when I break my fast and have my first meal a day. Forgot to mention, I'm drinking coffee from the moment I get up to the moment I start training. So I used coffee to help me release free fatty acids. The workout releases free fatty acids. I'm going to sneeze. So, and then when I eat, a typical breakfast, this morning I had 3 scrambled eggs. I love scrambled eggs. I've been working on a new little idea. I put a few drops of Worcestershire sauce in it. And then if you take your time with scrambled eggs and you don't let it burn, it can be delightful. So I had 3 scrambled eggs, a piece of salmon, lox, 2 different kimchis, leek and Napa cabbage. This weird little thing I found at Costco, it's a fettuccine filled with cheese. I had 2 of those. I had oatmeal with 3 different seeds in yogurt with frozen blueberries. Oh, and again, had one of those little oranges that come out during Christmas time. And that was my breakfast. So it was a lot of food. I eat a lot of food. When you add up the calories, it's not very much. Typically, after I eat breakfast, then the day's fairly open for me. At noon, I coach at the university that I coach at. I'm not there very long. I mean, an hour or 2, I think, most. I come home. That's about when I would take my first. That's when I would do the kimchi and fruit, or the sauerkraut and whatever, just to give. It curbs my hunger. It helps me make good decisions, which is, can be bad. Dinner is always protein and a lot of vegetables. That second gut biome break is just the tough one. Sometimes I kind of like to wait until I'm hungry to do that break. Sometimes breakfast, dinner, one tiny little, kimchi and a piece of fruit isn't a massive. That's it sometimes. Sometimes the little snacks come after dinner. I don't necessarily like to eat after dinner, but sometimes I'll eat as early as 3 or 4 of my dinner because, I can. I like to have a very clean and neat and organized home. And sometimes of the year I have to work a lot in my garden. I have 2 huge beehives there. I grow sunflowers, beans, squash, and a mint pile that is just out of control. Out of control mint pile. The rest of the year, I hang out with my grandkids. I take them to amusement parks. I hang out with my friends. Monday night, I go to trivia. Sundays, this time of year, I hang out with my daughter Kelly at her house and watch football. On Saturdays, I watch college football. I'm trying to get back to a date night, either Wednesday or Thursday nights. Monday and Sunday night meals, check that. Sunday night's meal tends to be something light. Like last night, a massive tuna salad. Tonight I'll eat at the bar we play trivia at. Generally, I opt for vegetarian options when I eat at a restaurant. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, generally I do the Blue Apron thing, and I get I'm trying to learn to be a better cook, and I like how Blue Apron. In about a 3-month period, I learned a whole bunch of new cool things I have to do with food. It's fun. I probably eat out 1-2 nights a week, but I try not to make that. I try to be real smart. I like to eat at Mediterranean restaurants. I like sushi. I think is a good choice for me also. It's not unusual for me to be in bed by 8 o'clock. That's not, but in my defense, this time of year the sun goes down at 4:30. So by the time 8 o'clock rolls around, it's time to go to bed. My dog, Sirius Black, he'll be like, and he'll be all tired, and I'll put him in his kennel for his night nap, and I'll be like, why am I still up, man? I'm dying here. So that's a pretty typical week. A lot of reading, a lot of telephone calls, a lot of hanging out with athletes, and just trying to make the world a better place. Make a difference. Gosh, I hope that helps. Thank you, Stanley.